Hi everybody, welcome back to Paint Along Kids. If you don't know me, my name is Liv and I'm going to teach kids how to make art using affordable materials. So this week we're going to paint this really sparkly, vibrant jellyfish. This jellyfish is called an orange blossom jellyfish, which is super duper cool. So I love all things ocean, and if you do as well, what's your favorite ocean animal? I want to know. Let me know in the comments. Also, if you like this channel, give me a thumbs up and a subscribe so that I can help grow this channel and reach kids all around the world. So without further ado, let's get started on our jellyfish. See you at the canvas. All right, boys and girls, so today this first step for our jellyfish painting is to paint the entire background a light blue, a light oceany blue. So I'm gonna take a big fluffy brush and I'm gonna cover this entire canvas with this light blue. You might need more than one coat just to make sure that we get all of that white covered. And boys and girls, if I'm going too fast at any point during this video, just pause the video and catch up, and then you can meet me at the next step. I'll be there. Gonna get our background this beautiful blue because our jellyfish is going to be floating in this tropical blue water. You know, I've seen jellyfish in real life once. Have you ever seen the jellyfish at the ocean? One time, when I was on vacation with my family in Prince Edward Island, that's on the east coast of Canada, we were swimming and then all of a sudden we were surrounded by a bunch of jellyfish. And at first it was a little scary because we were afraid of getting stung, but no one got stung, so that was good. And those jellyfish looked a lot different than the one we're painting today. They were just clear jellyfish. They were see-through. I think that their names were actually moon jellyfish, like the moon. Getting our canvas nice and covered. There we go. Make sure when you're doing your background that you're just going one way. That just helps your paint to look more smooth, because if you're doing it all sorts of ways, then you're gonna get all these different textures. Maybe that's what you like though, so if you like that look, then go ahead. But if you want it to look smooth like mine, then you're gonna wanna keep going in one direction, back and forth, okay? So either back and forth like this, or up and down like that. Choose one of those styles. My canvas is moving around on me today. Okay, almost done the background here, the first layer. I might have to go back in and do another layer on my background because I see a lot of white showing through. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna start again at the top and make sure that I have it all covered. All the white bits are completed with blue, so we don't see white through our ocean. And I'm gonna need a little more paint. I didn't give myself enough at the beginning, so I'm gonna add a little more blue paint to my paper palette to make sure I get this ocean nice and blue. You know, I really love the ocean. My favorite thing about the ocean is that there's so many cool things that are almost like alien life forms. Sometimes it feels like, you know, there's a type of jellyfish that scientists have discovered that is immortal. That means it never has to die. And it's the only thing on Earth that they found that doesn't die. Isn't that pretty cool? Okay, now my canvas is nice and blue. So we're going to let our canvases dry completely before we move on to the next step. So whenever you've caught up and you have your canvas nice and blue how you want it to be, then rinse your brush really good and you can let it dry, and then I'll see you at the next step. All right, boys and girls, so our canvas is nice and dry. We have our nice, beautiful blue oceany background. And today we're going to be painting a red, an orange, and yellow jellyfish. So we're gonna start with our red paint. So put yourself some red paint on your palette. And you're gonna take a smaller brush, if you have one, and we're gonna make his body. So our jellyfish is going to start about halfway up the page, or a little more than half. You're gonna want him near the top, and you're gonna make like an upside down U, and that's gonna be his body. So like that. And at the bottom, you're gonna make him kind of wavy. It's kind of like an umbrella. Like that. And if your jellyfish doesn't look quite like mine, that is totally fine. You know what? Jellyfish are actually a very special animal because they're technically called something called an invertebrate, which means that they have no spine bone, no backbone like we do. That helps us stand. But did you know jellyfish actually don't have any bones? They are completely jelly. Isn't that cool? They don't have bones. They don't even have a brain. And they don't have a heart. That's why the ocean is so cool. There's so many things in it that are so different than us. I love it. All right, so you should have your jellyfish's body outline like that. And if you want to, you can even make his little bottom of his umbrella flare out a little on the sides. You don't have to, but I think it's kind of fun. But you know what? Like I said, if your jellyfish doesn't look exactly like mine, that's totally okay. Because you know when a jellyfish swims, he moves around. So if your jellyfish has a different shape, he's just swimming a different way. And that's pretty cool. I think that's going to make everyone's painting look extra unique and special. And I can't wait to see how they turn out. So please send them to me if you do this. I really want to see your art, guys. It makes me so happy. All right, so we've had that step done. So we're going to rinse our brush. Once you have your jellyfish's body done, you can rinse that brush really good and dry it off. Get that nice and dry. And if I'm going too fast, boys and girls, that's just because I need to get this video short enough that it will fit on YouTube and keep everyone's attention. But you can pause the video at any time and complete the step and then start it again and we'll keep going. So the next step is to take some orange. Gonna need a lot of orange. There we go. Lots of orange. And we're gonna fill in our jellyfish's body with orange. So you're gonna wanna blend it into that red on the outside, but you're gonna wanna leave some red on the outside, okay? Because that's just gonna show where his outer body is. And this specific type of a jellyfish is called an orange blossom jellyfish, which I think is a super pretty name. And that's because he is orange and red, and he kind of is frilly like a flower when he's all done. So it's kind of a cool name, I think. Orange blossom jellyfish. There we go. Don't be afraid to blend it out to the corners. Make sure you leave a little red on the outside though, just to show where his body ends. Nice and orange. I bet if you saw one of these in the ocean, he would be pretty bright. We wouldn't have a hard time finding him. He's pretty colorful. All right, guys. So you take your time and blend them all out. Very cool. Don't worry if you went a little over the red in any place where it's just a little too much, because we can go back in and fix that later. Just making sure that he has all of his orange covering all the blue bits that we painted behind. You don't want any blue showing through on his belly. Okay. So we're gonna rinse our paintbrush. Nice and rinsed. And the next step for our jellyfish is that we are going to do his tentacles. So we're gonna use some yellow. You put that yellow right beside your orange, because we are actually going to mix them together a little bit to make kind of like a light orangey yellow. So I want you to take some orange and mix it in with that yellow. Everyone's is gonna look a little different. Every color is gonna be different, and that's gonna be cool. We're all gonna have unique jellyfish. I'm gonna be so happy to see them, guys. Please send them to me. I love seeing them. Okay, so you're looking for something like that. It's pretty light. It's much lighter than his body. And this is gonna be the color of his tentacles. So for the tentacles, this is the fun part of this painting. You're gonna get lots of paint on your brush, and then you're gonna start under his belly, and I want you to zigzag down. Zigzag. Those are his tentacles, and they're swimming in the water, and you can kind of make them go to the side like he's floating around. See how I drifted that off to the side down here? And you can make it go off the page if you want to, because they have pretty long bodies, pretty long tentacles, I should say. Okay, so then the next one, back and forth. And if you guys can't really tell what I'm doing, I'm gonna show you on my hand with another paintbrush. So what I'm doing with my paintbrush is I'm putting it on the canvas and I'm squishing back and forth for his tentacles, okay? Just a little bit, just to show that they're wavy, because jellyfish have wavy tentacles. Okay, so let's keep going back and forth, back and forth. You can kind of, it doesn't have to be perfect, because they're not. Jellyfish have very unique tentacles. Every tentacle looks different. Yours is gonna look different than mine, and that is part of the fun of art, guys. So we're gonna do another one. You can do as many as you want, because you know what? Every jellyfish is different, and jellyfish have a lot of tentacles. So you go ahead. Make sure that you can see waves everywhere. He's wavy. Don't be afraid to use a lot of paint, guys, because we can let it dry. And then it will look really cool. Make sure he looks wavy, and he's going to the side. Good job, guys. And then I think I'm gonna do another one here. And they don't all have to be the same. Some could be shorter than the other ones, because they have shorter and they have long. So like that. Then I think I'm gonna do another one here, because I think he looks like he could use one there. So just a little tiny one again, just like that. Cool stuff. There he is. Gonna bring it down. Okay. Good job, guys. Make sure that that orange is going all the way up to the red under his belly. And when you're done that step, you can rinse your paintbrush. So, if you think that there's a lot of blue showing through, you can go back over the blue bits with a little more of your light color. I'm gonna add a little yellow in there because I really want it to look like the jellyfish has a lot of different colors in his tentacles. So light, I'm gonna go in with just yellow, and I'm gonna add some yellow here and there where I see some blue shining through. I think it's kind of fun just to make him look 3D and like he has a lot of color, like he's a natural. There we go. So first I did the orange, the light orange that we mixed. Now I'm going back in with a little yellow. just here and there, swishing back and forth, just to add a little dimension to our jellyfish. Here and there. Good job, guys. You don't have to go too fast like I am. You can really take your time on this part and get your tentacles all detailed how you like them. It will look really cool when we're done. You know what's really cool that I learned this morning? I was Googling jellyfish because I was excited for this painting, and I found out that the smallest jellyfish in the world is as big as your thumbnail. That's pretty small. And the biggest one is over 7 meters long, which is super tall. That's like really, really long. That's bigger than a human. I think that's pretty cool that there are such different sizes of jellyfish out there. Very cool. All right, guys. So there we go. So when you've done that, rinse your brush. And if you haven't caught up to me, just pause the video and I'll see you at the next step whenever you're ready. But if you're ready, we're gonna go back in. Oh, I grabbed the wrong color. We're gonna go back in with our light orange that we mixed. So that light orange that we mixed for the tentacles, if you need to mix more, you can. But you're gonna add some on his body, just here and there, going down from the top, going down from the top, kind of like the umbrella shape that we made, and just mix it down, just to show that he has a lot of different colors, this orange blossom jellyfish. He's quite the colorful fellow. Maybe it's a girl. Okay. Nice, guys. It's looking nice and colorful. Very cool. And then I'm gonna go back with red, my red, and I'm gonna touch up where I went over it a little bit at the bottom when I was painting his tentacles, just to make sure that you can see where his body is. Just go over it there, touching it up. Very cool, very cool. Don't want to touch it. There we go. And I am messy, as some of you might know from my last video, but I made little spots here and there. You can leave them because I think that they're kind of cool. They look like little jellyfish particles or little ocean plankton or something. But if you want to, you can use a Q-tip and take them away if you have the same thing. I think I'm gonna leave mine because I kind of like the color splashes here and there. I think they look pretty cool. So whenever you're done that, boys and girls, go in with your red. And jellyfish have lines, so we're gonna draw some lines going down. From the top, you can draw some lines, and you know what? If you have glitter for this painting, that's where we're gonna put our glitter and make him really sparkly. So just like that. Some lines going down. They don't have to be perfect. And at the top, we're just gonna make it a little more red up there, just to show that he's blending out in color, just like that. There we go. Very cool, guys. All right, so rinse your brush. And we're gonna let this dry, okay? So let this dry before we move on to the glitter step. I will be right back whenever this is dry and we'll keep going. See you soon. All right, boys and girls, so when our canvas is dry, the reason that you want it to be dry is because we're gonna do the jellyfish's outer tentacles over top of these ones that are inside, and we just didn't want it all to blend together and become like a mess. So once it's dry, you can go in with your small brush and red. And we're gonna do those outer tentacles. So starting from the red, you're just gonna do, they have like waves. And you're just gonna do these thin lines And they're gonna go all the way down. So you can place them wherever you think would be best. And they just go down. Wherever you think. They can go out, they can go with the jellyfish's tentacles in the current, like in the ocean waves, pushing them around. It really is up to you because jellyfish float and the waves kind of pull them around. So they always have their tentacles going different directions. So there's really no right or wrong way to do this. So we're going over top of our inner ones and we're connecting it up to this red, and make sure it's nice and connected to that red because it's actually growing. The tentacles here are growing out of the outer shell. So I'm really going to connect them to the body like that. Okay. And you don't have to place them where mine are. You can do yours wherever you think it looks best on your jellyfish. Every jellyfish is going to look a little different. And like we always say, that's what makes them unique and special to you. Because if everyone's art was the exact same, it wouldn't be very fun, would it? It would be kind of boring. I think it's really fun how everyone's art turns out different. All right. So fun. So really take your time and make sure that that red is all filled in. You don't see any blue behind your red. Go over it a few times if you have to. Just be careful not to smudge it whenever you're going over it like I am right now. Just being very careful not to touch the other pieces I already painted. So don't want to smear them because they're still wet. There we go. And there we have it. All right. So I'm gonna rinse my brush, and I just did 5, but you can do more. You can do like 8, 10, whatever you think. This is your jellyfish, and they're all unique and different. They all have different tentacles and the way that they look. So really do what you think looks best, okay guys? These lines can also be more curvy, whatever you think. So we're done with that step. So we're going to switch over to glue and glitter, and that's like the really fun part. I love glitter. I don't know about you guys, but I love it. Sometimes it's kind of messy to clean up, but it's worth it because it's just so fun. Okay, so I'm taking some clear glue. For this step, you could also use glitter glue that's already mixed, but I'm doing it this way. So I got some gold glitter. It doesn't have to be gold. You could use orange glitter, yellow glitter, whatever your heart desires, okay? But we're gonna start, remember how up top we made these red lines? We're gonna go over those red lines with our glue. And also just up top, all over, you're gonna put a little bit coming down on that umbrella. So really, I don't know if you guys can see this very well because the glue is clear, but I'm going over the red lines we made before. And if you miss something, a spot where you think that there should be more glitter, you can always go in and fix it later whenever we put our glitter on and we can see where all the glitter is. All right, so I'm going to the top of the jellyfish for this part. He's glittery all on the top. The last one. All right, guys. So there's that step. And I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do. So if you have glitter, what I always tell the kids that I teach to do, because I think it's less messy and you get more precise application when you put some glitter onto a little paper towel or your plate and pick it up with your fingers and then you can dust it over the glue. That gives you more control where your glitter's going. And we're not just getting glitter everywhere, because one thing I've learned with working with little kids is that sometimes when you give them a bottle of glitter, the whole bottle of glitter ends up on the floor. So this just keeps things a little bit less messy for cleanup later. Okay. Fun. It's gonna be so sparkly. This painting is so fun because whenever it's dry and it's hanging on the wall, if you have it near a lamp or some light source, like near a window, but especially a lamp, it's gonna just shine and all those colors are gonna be so vibrant. It's gonna look really magical. So make sure we're getting lots of glitter over our glue. Good job, you guys. All right. Just really make sure that it's all on there. Okay, think we got it. Our next step is to put some glue inside of our jellyfish's tentacles. So not on the red. You just want some glue here and there on the orange bits of the jellyfish, okay? Here and there. It's just gonna add a little bit of sparkle in his tentacles and make him look super cool. And this is why it's important also that our paint is dry whenever we do this. So try to make sure that the red paint underneath is dry, because we don't want to make it all red, all smeared over. So you can literally put this wherever you think it looks best, okay? There's no rules for this. Just wherever you think your jellyfish could use a little sparkle. And that's like the fun of this all, is that everyone's jellyfish is going to sparkle in a different way. It's going to be so cool. Can't wait to see how they turn out. And like I said before, if you don't like how something looks or you think you're missing some glue somewhere, after, you can just go back in and add more. I'm gonna add a little more glue to my plate because I'm running out. Oops. It would help if the lid was open. Okay, more glue. Good stuff. And gonna keep going. So remember, we're not doing it on the red lines going down. Those are gonna be just red. We're really putting the glitter over the orange and yellow bits, just here and there, where we want our jellyfish to have a little sparkle, because that will be so pretty. And whenever you have it in front of a light, it's gonna really shine. Your jellyfish is gonna look super cool. All right, guys, I think I'm happy with where I put all my glue. So now is for more glitter. So I'm done with my brush. I'm gonna rinse it off and put it to the side so it doesn't get all gluey hard. And I'm gonna go and add a little more glitter to my plates. And I'm gonna use my fingers again to pinch that glitter on. Take your time on this step and make sure that you're pinching that glitter onto the places you put your glue. Very precise. I'm using the gold glitter, but I can just imagine that this painting would be so cool with like an orange glitter or yellow. I might try it with those colors another time. And now that you guys know how to do a jellyfish, you can try him in different ways too. You could try a different colored jellyfish with different colors of glitter. That would be pretty cool. If you're not doing it this way with the loose glitter and the clear glue, if you have glitter glue, you can literally just go in and paint on the glitter glue where you think you need to have some sparkle. So you have a little less work than the rest of us, but this is fun. Sometimes it's just fun to get your hands in some glitter. My jellyfish is gonna be so sparkly. I used a lot of glue. All right. So once that is dry and you're happy with the way it looks, I'm gonna add a little more down here. I saw that I could use some there. Once you're happy with the way that that looks, you can go ahead and dump off your glitter over a garbage can or back onto a plate so that you can reuse it later, because we don't want to waste. But maybe if you're very little, then you might want to ask your mom or dad for some help with that step, just so you don't make a mess all over. But that's part of the art fun. It doesn't have to be perfect. Sometimes accidents and glitter happens. Glitter happens. All right. So I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm gonna dump mine. Watch this. I taped down my canvas so it wasn't moving around. So I'm peeling it off now. Okay, are you ready? Let's get this glitter off. Onto my plate. Tap your canvas. I don't know if you guys can see this very well. And there's our jellyfish. Wow, so glittery. All right, and you know what? If you're not happy with some stuff, and you can just go back over it. So I see I got a little bit of glitter in places I didn't want to, like onto the red where the jellyfish's body is. So I'm just gonna go over that with a little more paint. It is that easy. You go in and you touch up your jellyfish where you think it needs it. And there we have it. This was super fun. I'm really curious to see where you guys put your glitter and how your jellyfish look. So like I said, please send them to me. I would love to see them. It makes me so happy. It makes me smile. Honestly, when I see people send me the art that they've done, it just makes me smile. And I think everyone could use more smiles in their life. What do you think? It's pretty nice to be happy, to make people happy. That's why I like to do art and teach art. I like that it makes people happy and it gives them the tools to keep making their own art as they get older. All right, guys, there's our jellyfish. We're gonna let him dry, and I'll see you for the grand reveal of how he looks when he's all dry, okay? See you soon. Bye-bye. All right, guys, so if you've made it to this part of the video, you are probably done your jellyfish. You guys should give yourself a big pat on the back because that was a lot of steps. I'm proud of you. So this is how mine turned out. It's very glittery in the sunlight like we thought it would be, so it's kind of hard to see, but you can see that there's all these little details in there and it's really gonna shine. Yours probably looks a little different, and I would love to see how it turned out. So if you have Instagram or Facebook, or your parents has Instagram or Facebook, have them send me a photo because I would love to see how it turned out. And I'm going to start a section at the start of my videos where I'm going to showcase children's art and show people what you've done. So if you've done one of my paintings, then send me a photo and it might end up in a video. All right, see you guys next time. Bye-bye.